Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix, a Vampyr. Ooh. On the last Let's Play, we came to the Northern District and died at least once. Maybe it was twice. I remember trying to run away from one dude at least one or two Let's Plays ago, and that one named guy got me. Yep. And then something else. So, yeah. We're here, we're queer, trying to figure out who...
As long as you have the money.
Find and talk to somebody. Okay. Trying to find out who a lady is, I guess.
It's locked, all right.
Everything's locked all right.
No one is left untouched.
You got questions, I is. Why does your door look like it was
What
painted?
do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Can I unlock this door or just stand here in this thing? Hey, somebody knocked on my door, so I'm not... Also, I'm really short.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I cannot enter. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
How you do?
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
How is business around here?
Business? I had no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
It's not like they're not vampires or anything.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse then? I always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
She's an excellent nurse. I mean, she seems to be alright.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that.
My God.
Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Oh, giving away medical things for free. Making things hard for the capitalists.
Goodbye for now.
Oh yeah, I have to ask you how you're feeling.
Fancy buying something, sir?
I won't do it for free though.
Do you need help?
I only need you to put...
Okay, you're being a cunt.
Goodbye for...
You. What's your thing?
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
I look
Another
Russian.
journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off.
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reid, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
His head looks too big for his body.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
I'm gonna do this.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
How's
Can
the
I
health?
offer you my medical...
The name is Colossus Joe. I don't get sick.
I just have a gigantic headache, this.
Goodbye.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not...
Can you give me
looking for what
quests?
you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reid.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Okay.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals. but I don't like you asking questions.
What do you think I do? I'm a doctor.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Do you know?
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crasionescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Tell me about yourself.
I
Are
suck
you
dick.
joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
You should try to find another job. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That was... Jesus. Judgy.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
How's
Do
your
you
health?
need any assistance?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
It's free. What do you got? Oh, well, I'll just make some more.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Do you need any assistance?
Your money is the only thing I need right now.
Okay.
Goodbye.
We'll just have to make more chlamydia juice. How you be, you crazy old bastard?
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reid, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
You with your books and logic.
What
I
do you
learned-
mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Why doesn't his cross make me go... Okay, tell me about
Well,
stuff.
I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Okay.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
This is the 20th century, man.
Fire is just the instinctive answer of a caveman facing something he does not understand. This is the 20th century.
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The
I don't know who
Savonarola
that is.
of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool.
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
This guy probably went to America.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world...
Quite a judgmental opinion.
Didn't we already do this?
I am. But the answers I seek are based on fact. Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
He's gonna get killed.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
What kind of stupid person would try and preach and walk around and potentially expose people to a virus?
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
I've been touched by God's grace. I am perfectly healthy.
Well, that's what his profile says at least.
I have had enough for tonight.
Oh, apparently I content to a church. Fantastic. Don't be a cunt. He looks like a normal person. Ish.
Morbidity can breathe its own.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
I should get better weapons.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Like, peaceful silence, really?
Peaceful? That's quite an unusual way to speak about the epidemic. And very inappropriate, I must say.
Also, all the
Most people fail
screaming
to understand my
and
perspective.
vampires.
I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Vampires.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
She's a communist, he is.
Tell me, Mr. Neville,
Antifa.
why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
Uptown
And
girl.
have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Who are we talking about?
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
I'm gonna cure all the diseases.
Do you need medical attention?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
What you got? Cold. Okay.
I will see you later.
I'll be back.
I'll leave.
He is spooky. Hey, you're a regular human. Yeah, water. You guys get me a water thing?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reid. I'd like to ask you a few...
I stand in the shelter, you stand in the rain.
I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls.
What?
I mean you no harm, truly.
She mute?
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Tell me about Richard Nithercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
Do you have any medical
need
needs?
my medical attention for now.
Okay.
Very well. Goodbye then.
What was the plant thing again? Nope. I love springs. And various meats. Not looking forward to not playing this game for a good while. Is that this guy, or is that guy? Clayton?
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reid.
Dr. Reid, the famous surgeon.
Yeah, hopefully it won't take
I'll
long.
gladly help if I'm able, sir.
If I'm able, sir. Oh god, he has so much to talk about. I'm gonna have to leave this till another time, unfortunately.
Goodbye.
So that's gonna be the end of this Let's Play. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please comment, cause I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, woo, tricks. Otherwise, if you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out other videos to help it grow. And please remember to spay and or neuter your animal woos to help control the animal woo population. Oh woo. So much stuff. things to do. And also places to do. Oh, did I unlock all the districts? West End. Where's West End? Oh. The big westy endy area. I guess we unlocked things? Kind of? I haven't been up here. Are the red... No. I had to go through here to get to here. What the red area means. Because it's like, here's red, here's not red, here's more red. Here's definitely red. Here's red, but that shouldn't be red if that's that thing. Can we zoom in something? Enhance. Enhance. Vampyr mode. Stable, serious, healthy. Also healthy. Just ever so close to be sanitized. Gonna sanitize this entire fucking city if I have to. I'm gonna get rid of his headache and it'll be sanitized. Get more my ass level. Also, what's the thing that passives? That increases my thing. Oh, huh. But that doesn't seem to cost anything, I guess. Claws. They go to mine. Could do that stuff. I'm tired and delirious and almost out of space on my computer, I guess. So, yeah, Spain Eater animals. And until next time, on another Let's Play, me, the GamerWolfSix of Vampyr. Oh, there's pillars. Huh. Man, that pillar. And that one. That's that guy, right? Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, the religious guy that I can't remember if we met. No, wait. Actually, I think we did meet him. He was attacked by that vampire guy and we saved him. And until next time, let's play GamerWolfSix at night. Vampyr. See ya, Bina.